Hey G-Fans, GojiFan93 here, and welcome to the first review of the King Kong-a-thon, or the Kong-a-thon, or the King Kong-thon, however you want to say the title of this marathon. But, so yeah, the first in the King Kong-a-thon, and the first one is King Kong 1933. That's the movie I'll be reviewing today, and so yeah, just got finished watching it. Wanted to get it refreshed in my mind. I think the last time I watched this movie was probably when I was really young. Probably the first time when my dad showed me it way back in the day. So this is probably only the second time I've watched it in my whole life all the way through. Well, does it hold up? Yes. So I'm not really going to be talking about the story because everyone knows the story to King Kong. You know, you got the film director guy, goes for the girl, they go to the island, the girl gets captured, the King Kong grabs her, and then the director and all the sailors got to go and get her. The sailors get killed, and King Kong he fights a T-Rex, he fights a big snake, he fights a flying dinosaur. God damn it. A pterodactyl is what I mean. So anyways, yeah, and then they get him, then the director gets King Kong and they take him to New York. So he shows him off to people, and then King Kong breaks loose and everything goes to hell, and then King Kong grabs Anne and then he takes her up into the Empire State Building, and then they shoot him down with airplanes, and then he falls to his death. And that's pretty much the story of King Kong. So anyways, what did I think about this movie in particular, the very first one, the original? I was actually very pleasantly surprised. You know, a lot of you guys know, if you've watched my videos a couple times, I've said in the past that Peter Jackson's King Kong is my favorite of all. But I was actually very surprised with this one. The special effects for the 30s, I mean, like, this looked really good, actually. I mean, obviously to today's standards, yeah, it's very primitive. It's, you know, stop motion and all that. But I mean, I don't know. Screw the people that say this movie doesn't hold up. It still looks really good. King Kong has some terrifying moments where, like, you look at him and you're like, oh God, he looks very terrifying. Then there's like those really funny close-up shots with the animatronic face, which look kind of derpy. It's just his face is really funny. He's just like, I don't know. It just looked really funny. But one thing that I really liked about the movie as well was the characters. I actually really did enjoy the characters. All three of the main characters, if I can remember their name, Jack, Denham, and Anne. You know, Denham's the guy, the director, the crazy guy who's behind wanting to get King Kong. Jack is basically the love interest for Anne. And all those characters were pretty good. I mean, they weren't fleshed out tremendously, but I did care about them, and I did like their acting. I thought they did really well. The rest of the supporting cast was alright. We didn't get to know much about the other characters. They kind of just died off, and that was kind of it. But I really did enjoy the characters. They were really well done. The acting was good. The music also was very phenomenal. I really did enjoy the music. The music was that classic monster 30s, 40s, 50s sound that monster movies nowadays just don't have, and it just had that old classic music sound to it with the big drums and trumpets playing in the background and the music, and it was just really, I really like that kind of nostalgic sound of movies, especially when it comes to monster movies. It just fits the movie perfectly. But yeah, I really did enjoy the special effects about this movie. I was very shocked at how they were able to do all this stuff back in the 30s and able to make it, like, this movie does not look like it's from the 30s. This movie could easily be looked at as from like the 50s or something, but this was 1933. That's so long ago. I mean, that's like when movies were still kind of new, and I mean, it's just like, wow. And the stop motion was really good. I mean, yeah, there were some weird moments, like when King Kong was grabbing, like, Anne, and like, you could see that it was like a little doll or something, and it was kind of, they animated her as well, and it was kind of, like, sometimes her arms would be flailing just randomly. It was kind of goofy looking at sometimes, but overall, I really did enjoy it, especially the facial animation that they did with King Kong. It was, I mean, the eyes moving around, his mouth moving, I mean, it was so good. That must have taken so long to animate. I mean, I don't remember exactly. I know if you watch like a behind the scenes, they probably tell you like how long it was to make the scenes with King Kong and how many frames it took or whatever. But I mean, just imagine, just for like a second of animation, how many times they had to do that and turn that into like an hour-long film. It's just, whew, wow. That must have taken a lot of patience. But yeah, overall, I really did enjoy this film. I thought it was fantastic. The characters were good. The story was good. Well, I mean, the story was kind of classic. I mean, everyone knows King Kong, so... King Kong himself was awesome. The roar was really good too as well. I know King Kong's roar has kind of changed. I mean, it's kind of been the same somewhat, but it's also changed out the years. But this roar was pretty good. It was terrifying as well. And I think the black and white helped it. The black and white kind of helped make the terrifying atmosphere kind of more effective there. A lot of monster movies do tend to look, at least the older ones look better when they're in black and white. It just kind of helps the terrifying atmosphere, I guess, or something like that. But one thing that I do have to mention though is that I've watched the Peter Jackson King Kong movie a lot, and as you guys know, that movie's about what, 3 hours long. So when you watch that movie and then you watch this one, it's like the original King Kong movie is like the Cliff Notes version of what Peter Jackson's movie was, because in this movie a lot of things were going really fast. Like the pacing was super quick. Like it was just scene after scene, like part after part, scenario, let's just go do it, I mean, I was already, like 20 minutes into the film, and they were already on the island. They were already on Skull Island. I'm like, holy crap, man, if I was watching the Peter Jackson one, we'd be like 45 minutes in and we'd just see Skull Island. So I don't know, but overall, it was a really nice film. I definitely enjoyed it, and if you guys haven't seen King Kong, the original, I don't know what you guys are doing. You guys have to see it. If you're a monster fan, it's basically one of those movies that you have to watch. Yeah, and that's really all I got for my review of King Kong, the original, 1933. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next review. Stay big, G fans.